What happened this morning? Saudi Arabia and other OPEC members reportedly are now considering increasing production of oil by 500,000 barrels a day. Joining me now for reaction, Price Futures Group senior analyst and Fox News contributor Phil Flynn. So the administration claims there's no relationship between this decision this morning, Phil, and what happened with regard to sovereign immunity, to which I'm going to steal your line, if you don't mind. You say quid pro Joe. It certainly seems like a quid pro Joe, doesn't it?
It sure does, and here's an administration that came into power basically saying, hey, we're going to make Saudi Arabia a pariah state. We're going to put them in the place because of the murder of Mr. Khashoggi. And then all of a sudden, now we need oil. They don't want to go to the U.S. energy producers. They've been begging Saudi Arabia. So, it looks very suspicious. But interestingly enough, now Saudi Arabia is denying that there's any idea that they're going to raise production. They're saying that they're more data dependent. So right now they're denying it. This is a story we're going to have to watch to see what's true and what's Memorex.
Meanwhile, there is no sign that I've seen anyway of easing up on the restrictions on domestic production here in the United States, right? I mean, we are still about 1 million barrels short of where we were in December 2019, just before the pandemic, right?
You're absolutely right. And we're hearing word from the Biden administration that they're not going to back off on U.S. oil and gas production. They're talking about new methane regulations that could actually shut down millions of wells across this country and shut down millions of barrels, of oil production in this country. A lot of the smaller producers, Dave, that add so much to the U.S. energy story are going to be shut out of business because they're not going to be able to afford to meet these regulations.
And just in the Gulf of Mexico, there was this really extraordinary report from McKinsey and Company that came out about a month ago showing that just if we increased oil production in the Gulf of Mexico, we could increase by 2 million barrels a day domestic production. That would put us over that not only make up for the $1 million we've lost, but give us an extra 1 million barrels. But the administration is talking about cutting back in the Gulf.
Yeah, it's amazing. And if you look at the Gulf of Mexico, it's really self-defeating when it comes to the environment. In fact, Gulf of Mexico oil production has less impact on greenhouse gas emissions than any form of oil production in the world. So this is just crazy. This is when you let ideology, come over science. And the science is we're going to need oil, and we should get it from the sources that are the cleanest instead of, looking to places like Saudi Arabia, where they don't like us that much and we don't get along with them and they're not very clean.
And finally, something else that doesn't seem to make any sense on the energy front, this reparations thing. In this climate conference, we just agreed with our allies, our European allies, to pay reparations. Again, I'm not sure that's the right word, but that's the word they're using to poor countries for climate change. And I'm going to quote you, Phil Flynn, because you said it so perfectly in your letter this morning. You said, while Americans have just endured one of the longest streaks of double-digit increases for utility bills in decades, the Biden administration is talking about paying billions of dollars in reparations to poor countries for the impact of climate change. Do you imagine most Americans feel guilty when they pay their utility bills or fill up their gas tank and have to decide between food and fuel about the impact climate change is having in places like Africa and Indonesia and China?
Yeah, I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, this shows you how out of touch this administration is with the average, voter in American, right? They're trying to save the planet and spending billions of dollars of taxpayer money, but yet here in the U.S., they want to crack down and raise taxes on everybody, get the IRS to go after people to raise more money so they can send it to other countries to fight climate change. What about, fighting for Americans here at home? Let's talk about the homeless people in this country and things like that and make sure people can afford to stay warm this winter.
Elderly people already are freezing under 7 blankets up in Maine as the winter closes in. Look what happened in Buffalo, 5 feet of snow, for God's sakes, and a lot of people there are worried about having the money to fill up their fuel tanks. It's really, really horrid what's going on. Phil Flynn, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. Thank you for showing